Hello, my lovelies. I'm Kim, the Snitch Stitcher. You are tuning in to FlossTube number 5. I'm kind of cracking up because this is like start number 5,432,012 because either my neighbor's kids have been yelling, a car alarm going off outside, the cat jumping up here trying to clear everything off. I don't know. And even a couple of times I got to talking and was tongue tied. And even once thought I started recording, and apparently I didn't. I got about 5 minutes into it and realized, crap, I did not even hit record. So here we are. Fair warning, if you're new, this is what you're in for, a little bit of chaos and crazy. And if you are not new and you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. If you are interested and want to do so, please hit the like, subscribe, all the buttons, the bells, and all that kind of stuff. It sends happy juices to me, and we all need happy juices to make life a little nicer. So anyway, so this is a channel about cross stitch. Hopefully we won't go any further off the rails today because it's already kind of crazy. I hope you've had a good week, good weekend, that kind of thing. I'm recording on Sunday. It's been a good week for me. Coming off of the Stitching Me retreat that was here in Dallas last weekend. I didn't get a lot of stitching done Sunday and Monday because I was working on trying to get the recording done for my recap video, and I'm trying to get all the video in place. And I apologize for the recap video. When I had recorded all the snippets there at the event, I did it in portrait instead of landscape. And then I always record in landscape. So somehow when I put all the video together, all the clips and everything together, it made it all portrait. It was all really wonky. So I apologize for that. I was not thinking. I'm going to try to make sure I've made myself notes for that going forward. And I thank you for the people that pointed that out and offered suggestions. I just wasn't going to go back and redo it. It just, no, we're not going backwards. We're going forwards. At least that's the plan. Unless I'm frogging, which, usually that has something to do. And sorry if you hear weird noises. The cat has got Ricky race car going today. I don't know. She just tore through my living room and down the hallway. So anything's possible at this point. So anyway, like I said, I did the recap video for the Stitching Bee that was here in Dallas. We do have another retreat that's coming up. It was just announced and I'm so excited. And I did a recap for the one for this year earlier, a few weeks ago, or about a month ago. And that is for Dirty Annie's. It is going to be the Dirty Annie's Texas Hold'em 2025, and mark the dates. The dates are going to be March 14th through 16th, 2025, and it's going to be in Irving, Texas. So she is going to be opening it up for registration Wednesday, October 30th at noon Central. And I will put all the information down below so that you will have that information. I can tell you, her retreat that we did in September was the best retreat I think I have ever been to. It was wonderful. It was a lot of fun. It's going to be great. This one is going to be a little bit bigger. I think we're looking at about 150 people. I think that's what they said. I'm not sure. I do know that there's going to be some fun classes. I'm not sure if I can announce it yet, but I know somebody that's going to be doing a class there, and you guys are going to love it. And I can't wait to do the class. And I believe I know a bag maker that's going to possibly be there because she just texted me a little while ago and says, "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, so there'll be more details coming up. I just figured I'd put that out there now that we're getting going with it. Other than that, this week it's been pretty quiet. Tuesday I got with Tammy, Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO. We are doing Queen of the Needle SAL, and we've been doing a Zoom every Tuesday night in the month of October. We're kind of debating if we want to continue doing a Zoom like on Tuesday nights, or maybe like every other Tuesday or something. We haven't really fleshed it out, and once we do, I'll obviously put it here, and I'll have it on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram as well, the Snitch Stitcher. I'm on there. I put up my Friday Folly every Friday of, these snarky or crazy out of context things that we hear at stitching retreats, and stitchy groups, and anything stitch related. Sometimes on Zooms, some of our Zooms, you just never know where the conversation is going to take us. It's a lot of fun, and it's a fairly small group, so it makes it nice to where we're going to get in there and actually, we're not all talking over each other. So it's not like we have 100 people in there. It's usually like 15 at the most, I think we've ever had. And usually maybe it's about 8 to 10. So it's easy to have a conversation and carry on. And you don't have to talk if you don't want to. You can just come on there, stitch, do whatever. Anyway, so did that on Tuesday. And then I have my normal Thursday night Stitch and Bitch. We started doing this by Zoom in March of 2020 when the world went to hell in a handbasket. And a good chunk of us have been visiting almost every Thursday since March of 2020. So it's amazing. It's a really great group. And so we get together and we just love and support each other. And it's so nice to have that kind of a group. I know not everybody does, but if you don't have one in your area, start one. Put the advertisement out. There are so many groups that are online, on Facebook even. Put it out there. If you're willing to put it out there and do it, do it. It is worth it. It's a lot of fun. Tell me what one you've got, and I'll come on. I'll come out and hang out with you guys, provided it's not, in the wee hours when I'm trying to sleep. Nobody messes with my sleep. Tammy knows this. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with my sleep. No. It's not safe for anybody. Anyway, other than that, let's see. Saturday, I got to go hang out with a stitchy friend of mine, Becky, and we met for lunch. So we met for lunch at 12:30. We ended up leaving the restaurant at almost 6 o'clock. So we just sat there and visited and caught up and kept, talking about anything and everything, talking a lot about stitching stuff. She was showing me some of her designs, some different things she's working on. So hopefully we'll have some stuff coming up before too long on that. But it's so great to have stitchy friends and just, friends in general, people that get what you get, that are artistic and understand what you do and what you're about. So that is fabulous. So now we are like 6 minutes into this and I have really not talked cross stitch. So here we go. I do have, okay, so I've been working on kind of a myriad of different things. So one of the things that I have been working on, and I started this with Kelly, which is Don't Run with Scissors here on FlossTube, and with Tina Fraser is on FlossTube, and I can't remember. I'll put their information down below for their Instagram. But we started doing the Jacques de Lantern. It is Barbara Seestock. It was in the 2019, I think, Keepsake's calendar. And we're calling him Mr. Pumpkinhead or Pumpkinhead SAL. I don't have a whole lot. I've gotten kind of started with him. This is supposed to be a full coverage. That's like 3 different colors. I know you can't really tell. He is, and I'll put the picture in here. It's supposed to have a full background. I did not want to do this full coverage, so I put it on this great fabric, and this fabric is my handy dandy little card. Oh, hey, here's the picture. Here's the picture of what he looks like. Come on, zoom in. Okay, of course he doesn't want to zoom in. So you'll see the picture when I put it in there. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I am stitching this on 32 count linen. It's Echo by Picture This Plus. And so, like I said, I'm doing that with Tina and with Kelly, and I think there's a couple of other people that have done it too. We're putting our progress on Instagram, and of course, on here on FlossTube. Now, we're pretty much only working on these. At least I believe Kelly is, and I think the same with me. We're going to be working on this the 13th and 31st of each month, probably the 30th as well for me, because I don't want him to sit for forever. But since he's kind of a stay-at-home project, he's just in this cute little container. It's just a Dollar Tree container, and I've got all my little goods here. I've got my scissors, and I've got all the floss and everything, and I have the pattern digital, so it makes it just easier. So this is how I keep up with him, so I know what's going on. Let me slide him back there. Also, another SAL that we're doing, well, not we. There are other people doing this SAL. It is Witch's Garden Crafts, and it's the 31 Days of Poe SAL. I'm behind. I admit it. I can only really work on this one at home because of the fabric and stuff. I'm not particularly thrilled with this fabric. It is a random blue linen that I had in my stash. And, but, well, let me get it straight so we can actually see it. So it's got all kinds of great motifs in it, and they all correspond. See if I can get it to actually zoom. So it's got some great stuff with different stories and things about Poe, and I really love it. I love Edgar Allan Poe always since I was a kid. So it's a lot of fun. It's really neat. I'm not sure how I'm gonna FFO it when I get it finished, but I am still trying to work on getting that caught up. I did work on it some last night. I think that was last night, Friday night possibly. And just like with the other one here, I've got it in my little Dollar Tree little crate here just so that I can work on it at home. With that fabric and everything, it's not my favorite, so I've been kind of just trying to stick around here. So that's what it is. So hold on just one second. The cat is going crazy. Hold. Okay, for you, it was like 2 seconds. For me, it was a couple of minutes because I don't know what's going on with her. She's lost her mind. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully I can get this all smushed together and it'll be perfect. Hopefully. I am getting better with my editing skills. So there's some other projects that I've been working on. I'm getting really, really close on this one, and I'm really wanting to work on it more and more. It is in one of my Tanya bags, Needle and Bone. Isn't she beautiful? She's absolutely gorgeous. And this is from the Proper Stitcher, Strength and Dignity, no diggity. So there we are. This is a copy that I printed off for myself, so I'd have it. Those flowers are so pretty. They're so light colored. I've been kind of concerned a couple of times that maybe they weren't going to show up, but then when I put it against like a whiteboard, it's because it's linen. It's kind of lightweight, and I don't have my card in here, of course. I don't know what I did with it. I think it fell out. It is just a, I think it's silver moon linen. It's a 28 count. And I did put this, I've been putting some progress pictures when I work on this on Instagram. Now, I do need to come back and do the S. I was off. I had it one too far over and it was bugging me. And these pink flowers, they are really pale, but they are so pretty. So I only have, I think I have like 6.5 flowers to go because this is a double one. And then I've got some of these darker spots, these darker pink that I've got to put on there, finish the lettering, and I think that should be it. I don't know what exactly how I'm going to finish this, but it'll happen at some point in time. I may send it over to Tammy. Now, I did send a bunch of stuff, I think like 8 different projects over to Tammy on, well, yesterday on Saturday, for her to FFO for me. So she'll be doing some of that on her page. I know she's probably got to get some stuff together, and she's probably gonna take a look at it and say, oh my gosh, because I sent her, y'all, I sent her all kinds of stuff. I sent her Halloweeny stuff. I sent her just everything, all kinds of stuff. So she's gonna look at this package and say, what did you do? And I'm just be like, it is what it is. So also, so we've been working on the Queen of the Needle SAL. I have not, it's going to be my work project probably this week, this one and Threads of Deceit. So this is the Queen of the Needle. There we are. And I love this pattern. It is by Brenda Gervais, and it is stitched on 32 count linen Faun by Picture This Plus. And I pulled my own colors. I tried to go similar to what they had. I just didn't have the colors because I think they were all weeks, and I'm just not a fan of weeks. It doesn't make my heart happy. So, and I have color and cotton out the wazoo. So that's because I was with their Fabric of the Month Club for a while. And sorry for the wrinkles. It stays. I've been working on it. So there she is. She did have a face at one point in time. The floss that I decided to use, it's a week's floss, but it has like I believe it's arrowhead. But it had this like kind of a darker area. I'll put a picture. I'll put a close-up picture here. Looked like she had 5 o'clock shadow. It was not pretty. I could not do that to my dear queen. I could not do that to her. So I had to rip out her face. It sounds really bad. And so I'll be getting it stitched back or finding another color. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. I've moved on to other stuff because that was a little traumatizing to see her little 5 o'clock shadow. I did get a good chuckle out of it though, because, you know, I'm like, girl, you need to pluck that stuff. Anyway, I mean, we all have that problem. Hey, any woman over 40, you sit there, get there, and they're like, oh, there's one. I carry purse tweezers. You gotta have them. So, anyway. Let's see what we have. So here is another bag. Oh, and I didn't show you this one. This was the bastard bag. I told you guys about this one in my last video. This is one that my first attempt at doing a zipper and French seams. I screwed up the French seams, and so it turned out a lot smaller. We just affectionately call it the bastard bag because I called it bastard and a bunch of other very colorful words when I was making it. Yeah, but it was the first one. The second one turned out better. It's somewhere here with another project in it. So my other project, this is one that I'm doing, and I don't know yet what it's going to look like. This is the Threads of Deceit SAL. So this is put on by Stitchingly, and it's been really neat. So it's a mystery SAL, and there are 3 different choices of characters that you can choose. It's the Lady of the Manor, the Cook, and the Chambermaid. And so depending on which character, you get a different story. Or, I mean, it's all the same story, but you get a different perspective of it. So there is a group of us that got together in a Facebook Messenger group. So we're all different characters. So we've been kind of discussing it and things. So you got to, basically they said, just pick 5 flosses that you like. And so you can do this. I am behind on this one. I need to get caught up. It's not going to take a whole lot to get it caught up. I just got to do it. These are just some flosses that I had. And so it's got the flowers and it says, oh, the best of stitches. Let me get this out of the way. The best of stitches are made with, and I think it says friendship. I can't remember. I had to go through and I got this one flower, and then so I'm going to do the words and the other flower, and then we've got another drop that's coming on Monday. So this was the drop right here that was for this last week, and like I said, I'm behind. It was retreat, hangover, and everything else. So yeah, and I love this needle minder. I don't know, somebody gave it to me. It says Bad Bitch Club membership card. So yeah, that was awesome. So I'm really liking it. The fabric is it's a 28 Lugana and it says Purple Linda. It's by BeStitchMe. I think it was one that I got forever and a year ago. I think when we did when she was doing Friday Night Fight Nights back like 2020 and 2021. Words are hard today. But most of the colors of this there's color and cotton and then classic color works. So, you know, me, my pinks and my purples, you gotta have them. And this is in another needle and bone bag. And then my scissor fob is, Tammy made this for me. Let me see if I can get this where it'll pop in here. Here we go. It's the scissors and a bow because Tammy is all about the bows. Bows and hearts and all the cute stuff. So this is one that I started quite some time ago. I don't have a card on it because I don't even know when I started it. It was just a random start. It was a pattern and I've even got the little charm that goes with it. I'm not doing it as fully as it shows it. So it's by Katie did. And it is Give Thanks. And I love the pumpkin. I'm not going to probably do the words. It's just not my jam. I may not, who knows. And this is on a random piece of 28 count linen. I get stuff. We have like Past the Stash groups at like my Stitchy group and everything else. I'm not far off of it. Okay, and now the magnet is sticking to the floss. So this is where we're at. I still have this last little bit of, I've been hanging on to this. This guy, I started him probably a couple of years ago. Yeah. And it's just, I just pulled from floss that I had in my stash because they were similar to the colors. I may do the words. I pulled the colors just in case I decided to do them. I just haven't fully made up my mind. And I did leave room to do it. So I may, it depends on when I get around to it again. But he's not a hard stitch. I just need to do it. And it is in a little bag. This was actually a little goodie bag that I got at one of the retreats. It did have a scissor fob and apparently, or I mean a little fob. I believe Tammy made this for me. At one of the, this is Kim's Cross Stitch. It did have an apostrophe and I ripped it off at some point in time, but it's really cute. She did it with her Cricut. It's adorable. So have that. And then I haven't worked on this one in a while and I don't know when I'm going to get back to it. Tammy and I started this April of last year. It is Tomato Patch by Hoop-De-Doo. Okay, so this is just a copy. I always try to make a copy of, so I have a working copy so I can mark on it, especially with this pattern. But it is Hoop-De-Doo Tomato Patch. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I think Tammy has finished hers. I have not done a good job with it. I got sidetracked with it. There's a lot of colors. The colors really lend to the detail of this. This is where I did screw up somewhere in this pumpkin and I have screwed up in this pumpkin as well. And I just need to wag it. This is on a 25 count ivory even weave. I think I got it in a kit for something else and then I didn't like it with it. So, I'm going to come back to it at some point. It just was not bringing me joy. And when I look at it, it still doesn't bring me joy, but I know that I do want to go in. And it's a cute freaking pattern. It is adorable. And I mean, all the colors and stuff in there, it really gives depth to them. And I love that idea. It's just not being happy in my heart right now. So I'm not going to worry about it. So this is another bag from Tanya the Merman. I love this. And they are fabulous. The tattoos, the whole thing. It's the Merman. Yes. They're wonderful. And another bag by Tanya, because, you know, best friend bag maker. Hello. These are so great. Look at that handsome felt. Look at those abs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Sorry, I love it. I got so tickled when I saw it. This one I started forever and 100 years ago, it feels like. This was in, June of 22. So I have never, I mean, I love the ladies, the ladies stitches, Mirabilia, Bella Filipina, all of those. I think they're gorgeous. I've just never really been drawn to stitch them until I saw this pattern and I fell in love with it. It is Leilani, the Hula Girl. Is she not gorgeous? She's absolutely gorgeous. And she's on a 28 count Lugana Brigid from Under the Sea fabrics. And now I did go through and I did do half stitches and stuff for her hair. I still need to do, I'm going to be, the lady that I saw her pattern of this at Stitching Sirens Retreat in 22, she had done, she gave her a little cleavage and she also gave her a belly button. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I only have like a couple of flowers left that I need to do. And then I've got to start the beading. You guys know me and beading. Beading is not necessarily my friend, but it is what it is. And this really cute needle minder that a friend of mine gave to me because this project may contain cat hair. Because, yes, all my stuff probably contains cat hair and cussing. It is what it is. And, of course, saliva because we lick our thread. But she is beautiful. This fabric, the camera is not doing this fabric justice. She's gorgeous. I wanted that kind of orange back behind her. I know I've probably not necessarily put her in the best of spaces because I kind of put her towards the middle. But this fabric was perfect. And one day I will come back to this, but Vanessa, she's Nessa's Needle Minders. She's one of my local stitchy ladies and she's fabulous. She did this and she did it on a really pretty, I believe it was like an orange color. And when I saw it, she was on the show off table, the brag table. And I saw it and I was like, I have to have this. And it was so funny because Leslie had her there at the retreat and had the bead kit, the everything. And so I've got all the bead kit, the whole shebang. And I got it. And Leslie, she says, well, I thought you didn't stitch the ladies. I'm like, just shut up and take my money, woman. That's the great thing about these vendors, these shop owners, these designers, that we get to know them on a personal level. We get to become friends with them. We get to hang out with them at retreats. And that's why I love when they are able to come to different events because it's that personal touch and getting to hang out with them. And, you know, honestly, I've talked with some designer friends of mine that some of them don't realize the reach that they have. They don't understand that they touch people's hearts and souls with their patterns, and they don't get that feedback. They don't hear about it as much. You know, they don't really know that people love their stuff or that people from all over the freaking world know who they are. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine that designs, and we were talking about it, and she's like, well, nobody knows who I am. I'm like, yeah, they do. Of course they do. And she's like, well, I don't see it. I'm like, listen, I've been on a Zoom with people that were, so there was a lady in Australia, there was a lady from Japan, there was a couple of people that were in the UK, and we were talking about different designers, and one of the girls says, oh my God, I love her. And I'm like, see, I told you. And she's like, I would have never known because, you know, and I know I'm guilty of it too. I don't necessarily tag these designers when I put stuff up. I need to start doing that. We all need to start doing that. And maybe write a little note on their Instagram or their pages or whatever saying, hey, I love your stuff. Tell them how you feel about it. I mean, this pattern, it evoked an emotion in me. I saw her and I fell in love with her and I had to have her. And like I said, I don't normally stitch the ladies, but she just took my breath away and I needed to. So, you know, take that time to do that. Take the time. Okay, so this is another pattern that I have. Okay, and this one hasn't seen the light of day in quite some time. And this is a bag from one of my local stitchy ladies, Lena. She knows me and my flamingos. She made this for me. It's really cute. This pattern has a story, and I will put a picture of the pattern here. And I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. Ooh, here we go. It's Flamingo and Tropical Flowers, and it's from Little Room in the Attic. Now, Little Room in the Attic used to have an Etsy page. I think she does off of her, I think she actually has a regular web page now. I'll put the information down below, whatever I can find on her. I've got several of her patterns, y'all. The back stitch and the partial stitches are no freaking joke. I think that's part of the reason this one hasn't gone any further. And this fabric was I'm calling it a custom tied by Tammy. It was an oopsie fabric. Okay, and this fabric doesn't, okay, so here is the flamingo. Of course, she still has some more work to go. Come on, get in there. There she is. There's a lot of freaking stitches in there, y'all. All this little center section here is all going to be fractionals. There's a lot of fractionals. I haven't got into the tropical flowers that are down here. Y'all, it's a lot. This is a 14 count Ada. This actually came from one of the Lone Star retreats when we were up in Missouri. I can't remember what year. We were up at the Missouri Star Quilt Company, their retreat center. And it's a really neat center. Their chairs suck, but the space is amazing. We were showing how to dye fabric, and it's a general craft retreat. So a lot of diamond painters and cross stitchers, and now they've crossed back and forth, back and over. So it's really neat. But this fabric is just white Ada. And we had a little oopsie with some neon green. And somebody didn't put the lid on all the way, and another gal went to shake it up before she went to use it, and droplets went everywhere. So some got on this fabric, and we're like, okay, well, now what we're going to do with it? So Tammy grabs it. She had just pulled some fabric out that had pink, and so she just wadded it up and dunked it in there. And so now we have this, and the greens and stuff are not popping on this like they really do. It's a lot pinker in person. So we called it Cherry Limeade. I wish we could recreate this. This fabric is perfect. And I knew, as soon as I saw it, I knew that what pattern I wanted to put on here. I haven't worked on this one, I can honestly say, in a couple of years. And I need to pull her out and start working on her again. Because I really do. It's been, January of 22 was when I started her. And so it was 21 when we did this fabric. So yeah, it's been a long time, and I need to pull her back out. We'll see. We'll see. But it is really pretty, and I love it, and I have it in this bag. And I have, like, all my little flosses. I find sometimes this is a little floss box that I found for, like, different colors, and I can put my scissors and everything in it. So, and I just found this little sticker online somewhere. But it's nice to be able to put all your goodies in there. And then my bag. So I think that is pretty much all of the whips I have. Oh, I am getting closer on Freddie Meowkery. Yeah, he's getting closer. He's getting much closer. I'm basically down to just the green. I've managed to get all these little white bits, so I'm just filling in the green. And then, I mean, look at that fur. Is that not fabulous? There is going to be some back stitching. Oh, come on, zoom in. For his whiskers and for the jacket. And then it calls for French knots up here. No, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I did, however, with a little bit of haul, I went to Michael's the other day, and I did pick up these beads. I didn't need a whole bunch of each one, so I just got this little multi. I was like, okay, this is perfect because I can use it for other stuff like Christmas lights, different things on stuff. I also did get a little haul and when I always go over to the clearance section, and so they had some of the Anchor white spools. I got them for 6 cents a piece. So I went ahead and grabbed those. I know I've got a few friends that like these. So I was like, for 6 cents a piece, heck yeah, we can do that. So that's really kind of like, for the most part, all the haul I have. It is what it is. But I did have, let's see. Oh, I did have some other haul. Now, when we went to the Stitching Bee retreat, one of the things, we did not have power at the tables. So I did, thanks to Velma, she had totally enabled me. I have like the bolt, the Halo bolt, and I've got a couple of smaller little backpack or purse little chargers. I always keep those, but I wanted to test this out. I've been wanting to get one for a while because they're quiet. So this is a Jackery Big Mamba Jamba. Look at that. But it has two USBs and has a regular plug. It also has a deal, this thingy, you can plug it into like solar power. Or maybe my size, I can't figure out which way I'm going. But this held up. I mean, I pretty much only had like my light, like my stitching light, and I had my Fold-A-Go and my neon flamingo, and then charge my phone a few times. And it, over the course of a weekend, is only, oop, I just took it off there. It's only 78%. So I thought that was pretty freaking awesome. I haven't really put a full load on it to see exactly how it's going to do. So we'll kind of see how that works out later. But it worked fine. It doesn't make any noise. So I need to try it out a little bit more and see what I can make happen with it. Okay, so I do have some finishes, and well, these finishes are not any finishes that are really new, but I wanted to kind of show you some of the different stuff that I work on, because I am kind of like all over the place. This one, I don't quite remember. It's been in the last couple of years that I finished it. It's Cloud's Factory. We're all mad here. It's a Biscornu. And of course, Alice in Wonderland. Let me get my board up here so you can actually see it, so it's not trying to pick up my face. I did do the little, that cute little guy there, but it's got everybody, oh shoot, Mad Hatter, the White Rabbit, and then on the back side, he's really cute. I just loved him. He just sits on my little stitchy table that's over by my couch. And this one, okay, so I fell in love with this pattern. I did not fall in love with the colors. And you know what? I have talked with the designers. There are some designers that kind of get a little put off when you change their colors. And then I have other designers that are like so excited when people change the colors and tweak it to make it their own. Because, you know, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. But either way you go, I mean, a lot of these designers, I don't mess with their color schemes at all because it's just, oh, perfect. Chef's kiss, amazing. And then other ones, it's like, I like the pattern, but the colors just don't match for me. That's where I was with this one. Silver Creek Samplers. Okay, I have never seen a Silver Creek Samplers that has gone awry ever. I love this pattern. I just wasn't particularly thrilled with the colors. So I decided to do my own thing because, you know, that's what I do. And this was just a random purple fabric that I found. So I changed it into my pinks and purples. And I love it. I mean, I still stuck with, you know, the theme of what it was. I stuck to it. I mean, I think there are some issues where I screwed something up, but I love it, and it makes my heart happy. Y'all hear me say that. I've been saying that for years because I fully believe in that. But I need to send this one to Tammy for her to do something with it too. It hasn't made it yet. It'll get there. And then this one is a Quirky Quaker Flamingo. This is from Darling and Whimsy. It's just on a random offcut, I think it's a 28 count. And I believe the floss is called Flamingo. I think it may be Color and Cotton, but I thought it was really pretty. Now, there is another version of it that's right up here, and I'll bring it down sometime. Tanya made this for me one year, I believe for Christmas, and it's got the basic of the flamingo, and it's got hearts all around it, and it's based off of this one, and it was really sweet. And so she did it and did the circle finish. And this one, y'all, I love me some Barbara Anna. She's one of my favorites. I've always loved her stuff. This is Sailing Dreams, part of her Dreaming Girls series. It's just a random offcut of fabric. Like I said, I get all kinds of fabric. I have friends that do, they know people that have passed away and have passed on their stash, or they go to estate sales or everything like that and get all kinds of great stuff, and then they share it with us, or we'll do a stash sale and things like that. And this is another Silver Creek Samplers. This was Flying Lessons. Random color fabric. It's just kind of like a gray beige color, but I loved this pattern. It was a lot of fun. I haven't figured out how I want to FFO it. I've kind of thought about doing it like a tapestry, um, but I may do it as a pillow. I'm not sure. I may just turn over to Tammy and say, here, do something, and let her figure it out. So here we go with that. And then I've got a few things that I am wanting to start. I'm wanting to kind of do some Christmassy. I mean, like, not like I don't have Christmassy stuff, but some smalls. These were a couple of patterns that were in some past the stash, because like this pattern is from 2018. It is Merry Notes, and it's Shepherd's Bush. But I just love that. I love the houses, the little houses like that. It kind of makes me think a little Barbara Anna with the little houses, but I really liked that one. And that should be fairly simple, especially this kind of color blocking. And then this is Waxing Moon Designs Christmas Tree Trio. And I just, okay, come on, zoom in. Let me get my head out of the way. There we go. Try and get rid of the glare. But I thought those were really cute. And then, of course, Barbara Anna, because Barbara Anna and Frida. How can we not go wrong with that? So this is Frida. Is she not beautiful? So I'm really kind of want to get started with her. Plus, Tanya just gave me that Frida bag at the Stitching Bee. So, of course, we know what bag that one's going into. So I think I'm going to try to do, at least get some starts on those here in the next month or so. So we can do that. And then this brings me to some of the floss tubes. I haven't been watching a whole lot of floss tubes. I mean, I've been watching some of my regulars. So if you ever want to know the floss tubers that I watch, primarily it's Tina Fraser, His Princess Kelly, or sorry, Don't Run with Scissors. She's His Princess Kelly on Instagram. Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO. She's done a couple of videos now. She did an Annie's recap. I know right now she is sick. Poor girl, she is sick as a dog. So hopefully she'll be recording in the next day or so. So that will be great. And I've been watching Untwist Your Stitches Rose. She is so much fun. And so I had, let's see, a couple of others. Bling It Up is Rochelle. I actually met her through Lone Star Retreat. She is a diamond painter primarily, but she's gotten into cross stitch, and her stuff is a lot of fun. So I'll put all the links down below. Also, Red Dirt Floss Works. It's two friends. They actually met, I believe, at the fair, and they've got some neat stuff. And so I've been enjoying watching them, as well as some of the others. Sleepy Stitcher, The Disorderly Stitcher, Witchy Stitchy Bee, Tea with, oh crud, Stitching and Tea with Bee. I think that's it. Her voice is so, oh my God, it's so relaxing. I just love listening to her talk. So we've got that. Rose with Untwist Your Stitches Rose. She shows, she has these little binders that she makes, and they're like fabric cover binders. And I sent her a message. I'm like, hey, do you ever get some flamingo fabric? Because I would love that. And she says, well, you know what? I have some. So she sent me some pictures, and so let me pick it. And so I ordered. Okay, it's not tied at the moment. It's got these cute little ties, but well, here we go. So it has, she put these cute flamingos on here, and it's got on both sides. These are like the 5.5 by 8.5. And it's got the pen holder here, which is awesome. And then you open it up. Let me see if I can get it to cooperate. There we go. It's got pocket here. You could also really do it as like a pocket there, and then you open it up back here, and you've got another slide pocket and pocket here. And then I also have from her, because she's so sweet, she has, it is a little bag fob, it's Untwist Your Stitches, and a scissor keeper. I know this is blowing out, sorry. It just got dark outside, I guess clouds or something, so it might throw off my light. But this was so sweet and so cute, and I absolutely love it. I think I'm going to start tracking some items in here. I think I've got some more of the paper, and I think I'm going to print off a couple of my templates so I can keep track of some of my stuff. And then it has these ties on here so you can tie it off to keep it closed. So it was super cute. Thank you so much, Rose. I love it. Absolutely love it. So that actually, I guess, was haul because I did purchase that. So somebody had asked me how long I've been stitching. So I'll be 52 in March. The 1st of March, I'll be 52. And I have been stitching since I was like 8 years old, so almost 43 years. Some odd. I was actually one of my childhood friends. Her dad and my mom worked together, and I would go hang out with Debbie and her mom and her grandmother. And I believe it was her grandmother that got us together because we would be running around crazy. This is when we lived in Oklahoma, and she wanted us to kind of settle down a little bit. And I still have my very first stitched piece. It is not traditional cross stitch, but it is needlework. It's actually called chicken scratch, is what I always heard it called. And it was on this gingham fabric. And so that is my very first stitch piece. And of course I did have a screw up right down here, right there. But that is my very first stitch piece. I need to frame it. I need to frame it. I've held on to it all these years. I think Mom had it for a while, and then I was digging through her cedar chest and pulled it out. And I'm like, this is mine. So I need to do something with it. I may turn it over to Tammy and get her to do something with it. This white floss is like so aged. And of course it's that wonderful peach because we know how that was back in the day. So there we go. But I've been stitching for a long time. Now I've taken breaks from it off and on throughout the years. I've always been crafty of some sort, whether it's painting or sewing or stitching or crocheting. I still need to learn how to knit. I just cannot get my mind around the two needles and doing it. I can't seem to, my brain is just not there right now. But I love all the different things. I love being creative. And like a lot of people, I've suffered from depression. I have battled depression because it's not, you do suffer from it, but you battle it. And for me, a lot of the medications, it takes away my creativity. It just dampens it down, and that doesn't work for me. My creativity is my outlet. You see all this chaos around me. That is what brings me joy and keeps me sane. So I have found honestly that stitching and stitching specifically is my depression medication. And I've talked with my doctors and stuff and said, hey, this is just not working for me. We've tried different levels of medication, things like that. But coming back to it, crafting is what does it for me. And when I get into a point where I am starting to get more depressed or more agitated or more whatever, I do turn to my projects. I turn to my stitching. I turn to, and I talk to my doctors. I still have those conversations. I talk to my friends. I talk to my family. I am very lucky to have a very good support system. And for those that may not have a good support system, call me. Well, don't call me. You don't have my phone number, but reach out to me. Well, let's hop on a Zoom. Let's talk about it. Let's do some stitching. If I can't make you laugh, then I'm failing because I can make myself laugh. I crack myself up all the time. But, do what you need to do for your mental health. If you need to stop crafting for a little bit because it's stressing you out, then do it. If you need to limit your projects, if you need to do more projects, I get start happy. Sometimes that's something I have control over. And I keep on telling myself, oh, I can't start anything new until, I finish something. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Do what makes your heart happy. Don't get so many whips where it turns around and gives you anxiety. But if you see something that you want to start it. If you want to do it as a challenge for yourself, okay, I need to clean the kitchen, top to bottom, clear out my cabinets before I start something. Okay, that's a constructive one, but not to finish a whip before you start something new. Unleash that creativity. Revel in it. Live it. Enjoy it. Life is too short. Life is too fucking short. Live it, enjoy it, do it. Do what makes your heart happy. That's the most important thing. Speaking of heart happy, so when I was at the retreat, Stitch and Bee retreat last week, Tanya's table, I sat with her off and on throughout the weekend. One of the people, the table that was right behind her is Sue from Susie Q's Cross Stitch Shop. She has so generously, I cannot talk, offered a discount for my FlossTube people, for the next 2 weeks. So starting today, October 27th through November 9th, 2024, so 2 weeks, you can go on her shop and get a 15% discount. And this is the code. Code. Use that code when you check out and you'll get 15% off at her shop. I'm going to put all of her details down below. I am not going to put the code down in there because I don't want somebody going strolling through there. You got to watch the video. So write it down, figure out what it is, go shop. She's got some great stuff. She's got really cute scissor fobs. She's got bag charms. She's got patterns. She's got all the stuff that you need. And she's a really super sweet lady. She's a local lady, and I'm all about helping local people. Our community, let's blow her up. Let's buy her out of everything she's got. I mean, if we could do that, that would be freaking fabulous. I know with right now we're in uncertain times. The whole election thing. Yes, I've gone and voted. Everybody's kind of holding their breath to wait to see what's going on. It's going to be what it's going to be. We will survive. We will do what we need to do, no matter which direction it goes. Whatever your, the candidate that you want to back up, more power to you. I don't get political. I don't care. I kind of am sick to death with all of them, all sides of it, but that's a whole nother thing. But just get out there and do your civic duty. Your vote matters. Your opinion matters. Your choice matters. And you can't sit there and bitch about something if you don't bother to do anything about it. So go freaking vote. I know there's a lot of people, but we got to do what we got to do. And circling back to what I said before, tell your designers, tell these designers that you love, say, hey, this pattern made such a difference to me. There are patterns that I have done, and I'm going to show you in this next time, a pattern that is near and dear to my heart, so near and dear to my heart that I bought it 3 separate times so I could stitch it because it reminded me of someone. And that pattern it spoke to me, and I had to do it. I had to buy it 3 freaking times to get it done, but I finally did get it done. So just get out there and do it. Live your life. Do your things. Stitch all kinds of stuff, whatever the hell you want to. Whether you want to stitch samplers on high thread count with fancy flosses and silks, or if you are starting out, or even not even starting out, if your happy spot is 14 count Ada and DMC or the CXC floss or whatever, do it. Be creative. Create something beautiful. Create something that makes your heart happy, because that's what it's about. That's what our community is about. And I don't know where this is coming from today. It is just speaking to me loud and clear. Love on each other. Love our community. Just do what makes your heart happy. And I love you guys. Keep on stitching. Bye.